Hey guys, what's up? How are you? Hope that you guys are having an amazing one today. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Jarrell, and in today's video we are going to be trying the new foundation from Fenty Beauty. This is called the Easy Drop Blur Smooth Tint Stick, and I did get mine in the shade 10. Just in case you guys are new to my channel, I am oily to combination. I do have an oily T-zone and I'm pretty normal in the outer part of my face. I do have some redness and discolorations on my cheeks, just like sunspots that I do have, and I also have some discolorations around my mouth. My preferred foundation is definitely something that is a little bit more on the medium coverage, not so full coverage and not super light. So I'm really excited to try this foundation. So let's go ahead and get into the application of this foundation and of course do the whole entire wear test. But before we do, please don't forget to like and of course subscribe to my channel if you have not already. You can also click on the little bell that will notify you whenever I upload a new video, which is every single week. And without further ado, let's get on to the video. Again, this is the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna Easy Drop Stick Blur Smooth Tint Stick Foundation, and it retails for $35 and I did get mine in the shade 10. I end up ordering it online at Sephora when it first came out because there was like a little preview, and I did get mine in the shade 11. But when I went to the store, I actually swatched the shade 10, 11, and 12, and I am going to show it to you right here just so you guys can see it. And I did do like different lightings inside the store, outside of the store, inside my car, and I was just like really confused because 10 and 12 look so much alike. They do have a little bit of a warm golden undertone. 10 does have a yellow undertone, 12 has a golden undertone, but again they look really similar. But 11, the one that was suggested for me, it just looked very neutral, very pinky, and I decided to go with the 10. But here is the packaging of the foundation. It really looks super cute. I absolutely love the design, but this is very like plasticky, so don't think that you're going to be getting like a luxury feeling to it because there's no luxury here. This does have a shelf life of 12 months and it's made in Italy. So here's how much of the product that we are getting, which is not a lot. The swatches that I did on the store actually looked amazing, like super creamy and very opaque, which I wasn't really thinking that it was going to give us that, but it does claim to have a light to medium coverage. So it is described as a light coverage long wear stick with a creamy smooth texture that instantly blurs while melting into your skin for a natural finish. All right, so now that we have all of that information out of the door, I am going to link timestamps down below just in case you guys are interested, and I'm going to be linking all of the products that I'm going to be using for this look, which is pretty much going to be my everyday look. Today is Sunday. I go to my in-laws and I'm going to have like a super chill with the family, active with my kids kind of day. So I am definitely going to be putting it to the test. I am going to prime my face using my Hourglass primer, and I'm going to do it on this side of my face. No primer on this side. I already did my skincare earlier today and I'm just not going to use a primer on this side. So this primer is definitely a really nice primer. As you can see, it gives me like a little bit of a mattifying effect, and I really do like that because of the heat, my oils, and all of that. It really helps me out. It is 11:56 right now, so I brought you in a little closer. I'm going to just let this side of the primer just chill for a second, and I am going to just go in with the foundation on this side. So just doing a couple of stripes, and now I'm just going to use my finger to really just press it in to see if that works. So I'm using my finger and I feel like the foundation, yeah, it's really nice and creamy, but it's definitely not a liquid kind of feel to it. So you do have to put a little bit of pressure to just melt it into your skin. So I'm just going to use a brush, going to build it up around the nose and my mouth to give me a little bit more coverage. I'm definitely going to go in with a concealer. So I'm dragging it down my neck. So I'm pressing in the product, and I really do like the coverage that it's giving me, and I think that this is a pretty good match for my skin tone. Let me know in the comment section down below if you agree. I'm also seeing that it's definitely true to its claims when it comes to a light to medium coverage. I feel like I can build it up just a little bit more, but I don't want it to be too heavy. And I also do feel like it's definitely a natural finish. It doesn't have like a glow to it, but it's not mattifying whatsoever either. So let's go ahead and just apply it on this side. Okay, so I'm just adding a little bit more because I have like extra redness on this side, and I think it's due to the primer, which is so weird. Sometimes my skin is just sensitive like that. All right guys, so here we have this side with the primer, which it looks a little bit mattifying. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it looks a little bit heavier on this side with the primer comparing it to this side, and I pretty much add the same amount of foundation in both sides. I really do like this side much better without the primer, but only time will tell, and I know that my oils are going to come through, so maybe I will end up liking this side a little bit better at the end of the day, but we will see. I am definitely going to be doing some check-ins, but let me just show you how the skin actually looks right now. So here we have the side with no primer, and here we have the side with the primer. I can still see my discoloration, like my hyperpigmentation peeking through. On this side, I can still see a little bit of the extra redness that I have. Again, this side just looks a little bit smoother, a little bit glowier, and maybe that is the reason why I'm leaning a little bit more towards this side, just because it looks a little bit healthier comparing it to this side. When it comes to the coverage, I do feel like it's a little bit more than just a light coverage, but a little bit less than a medium coverage. I try to build it up to a medium coverage, but I am not getting there quite yet. I don't want to build it up anymore just because I do feel like it's starting to look a little bit like too much, and I don't want to bring it to the point that it's going to really start emphasizing my textures. Now, when it comes to blurring the skin, I don't feel like it's really like blurring the skin. I can still see my pores now. They're not being emphasized, but they're not being blurred. It doesn't feel sticky, it feels really nice. I do feel like this is a really nice shade for me. So far, this is what I am getting from this foundation. So I'm going to do the rest of my makeup in fast forward so you guys can see all the products that I use, and I will check in with you once everything is done. So yeah.
Every day we escape, losing all of our faith. We can't live this way. Feel me slowly fade away. Feel me slowly fade away. As far as the wind will take me. Every day I feel time slipping, passing, skipping by. All the words I could say just can't really seem to stay. Feel me slowly fade away. As far as the wind will take me.
Alright guys, so the makeup is done, the hair is done, and let me just tell you how I'm feeling about this skin stick foundation from Fenty Beauty. I do feel like it's a really nice product. I did have to build it up a little bit just so I can get to that almost medium coverage like I've mentioned from the beginning, and everything just went on super nicely. The only thing is that it's not the most blurring foundation in my opinion, and I do feel like my texture is just being emphasized a little bit. And I also have to say that it could be because of this cream blush right here from Fenty Beauty, because it does have like the glowiness, so I do feel like my texture is being emphasized just a little bit more than what I am used to. Again, everything went on just fine. There was no problem. The foundation did not lift up when I applied the concealer or any cream products that I use for today's video, but that is the only thing that I am seeing. And this is how the skin looks right now. So it is 2:22 in the afternoon. I am going to get going to my in-laws house, and I'll check back with you guys throughout. Alright guys, so I just wanted to show you the skin in a different lighting. This is just natural lighting, and my daughter gets the best lighting ever. But here's how the skin looks with no primer. And here's how the skin looks with a primer. Excuse the grace, I am definitely going to get my hair done very soon. But anyway, it is looking really nice and beautiful, and now I gotta go. All right guys, so it is 6 o'clock at night right now, and here's how the skin looks. Here is with the side with primer, and here is with no primer. Shade 10 is the perfect shade for me, that's for sure. and I have been getting lots of compliments from my husband, which is like super weird. So he likes it. He didn't even realize that I was wearing like foundation. So the skin is looking really nice and healthy right now. It's like super lightweight, perfect for every day in my opinion, but I'll check back with you guys later on tonight. It's 7:18 at night. I need to charge my phone, so let me do that. All right guys, so it is 7:18. I was just running around, so the face is looking a little bit sweaty, especially right here on my chin. I'm sweating again, just running around doing the little last things that we have to do for nighttime, which is another load of laundry. I'm waiting for my husband to come upstairs and start the bath time with my little one, and then I put him to sleep. So let me just take advantage of this time that I do have. And here's how the skin looks. So again, here is the side with no primer. And here's the side with the primer. I do feel a little bit weird with the sweat, so I'm just touching up the sweats. And it is definitely not transfer proof. Let me just add a little bit of this lip gloss. Everyone is coming upstairs right now. And just by doing that, just by soaking up a little bit of the oils and the sweat with a napkin, I think that that is the max that I will do. I wouldn't even add any powder because I do really enjoy how the skin is actually looking right now at this moment. I do feel like the mascara is really giving me some darkness under my eyes, and it's definitely the mascara. But besides that, the skin overall is looking really nice. My lines on my forehead are really not being emphasized, especially if I relax my face. They're not being emphasized. There's not a lot of pores that are actually being emphasized right here between my brows, and that is one of the things that I notice right away whenever I'm going to like a foundation or not, if it's just settling in between my brows, because I do have like texture and pores here, and it's not doing any weird stuff. I do feel like the texture around my nose is being emphasized just a little bit, and I do feel like my skin is just not doing its best. So I think it's more like my skin situation. I think that this foundation is going to be a perfect one for every single day. I absolutely love how the skin actually looks right now. Super beautiful, and yeah, zero complaints whatsoever. Just remember that it's not going to be a full coverage foundation. You can build it up to be like a super, like close to a medium coverage, but that is it. You're not going to get more from this foundation. But again, I think that it's just perfect for this time of year. I just like how everything went onto the skin, and after my oils coming through, it just gives me a really nice glow. I think if you are more on the normal to dry side, I think that you might enjoy this foundation as well, especially just prepping your skin accordingly to your skin type. And if you are oily, you might actually like this one as well. Again, if you're using the right primer just to control those oils and just, you know, to touch it up, because even when touching it up with this little tissue right here, it's not pulling any of the foundation, it's not creating any weirdness. So if you add a little bit of powder in those areas just for touch up, I think that is going to just do fantastic. So let's go ahead and just try that just in case he's still here. So if you're oily, you're definitely going to be able to touch it up. As you can see, it just did not pull any of the foundation. The foundation is still looking really nice and beautiful. It's not creating any weirdness, it's not creating any paste or anything, is not creating any patchiness, which that is super important. But yeah, that is it for this video, my friends. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your love, your time, and support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you next time.